Big announcement came out here just recently about the 2023 class for the New York State Stock Car Association Hall of Fame, and what a class it is. Joe Plasic, Mitch Gibbs, Joe Marada, and Jack Burgess, as well as the guy that I've got on the phone right now. He was one of the first guys I met when I started announcing back in 1990. He was on his way to becoming very established as a driver, close to 200 feature wins, right around a dozen championships. 53-year-old Dale Planck joins us from down in Cortland. Of course, his family runs Dig Racing Products. Son Brandon, very active there. How we doing today, Dale?
Oh, very good. Very good. Another beautiful day of work.
I understand we're going to get down there soon to show you. Big things happening at the business. Let's tease everybody a little bit. You got an open house coming up?
Yes, we do.
I stumped you, didn't I?
100% sure of the date right at this moment.
Well, I'll get back with them.
It is coming up soon here. We have to do a show in Philly, the 20th, and
Motorsports 18th and 19th. I just talked to Lenny Salmons earlier today, so I happen to have that up. So you guys will be at that, so make sure to check them out there. They'll tell you when the open house is. First Hall of Fame induction for you got to be very special.
Yeah, it's very cool. Definitely to be honored, especially with the company I'm in, and obviously all the other inductees throughout the years. Like, it's pretty much a who's who of our racing. So very, very excited and honored to be even considered, let alone I'm going in. So that's great.
Ceremony will be at Fonda Speedway. They have a museum there, by the way. If you're driving like you're going to the pits, it's on the left-hand side before you get into the pit area. May 5th is when that will take place. I talked to Mitch Gibbs yesterday. The word he used to describe you guys was rivals. Is that about right?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely, I would say. I mean, we were, back in when we were at our most rival stages, we were probably, one of the two, I won't say most focused, but we both had the same goal, and we both had good equipment, and, we could both get around the places we were racing pretty good. So obviously, it's just like anything. You always want to dominate everything, but there's always seems like there's that one guy that comes along and makes it tougher. And I think Mitch was definitely the guy that made it tougher for me, and I think it went vice versa as well.
I think a lot of guys have told me too that you almost need that, because that drives you and makes you better to have somebody like that you race against, and in your case, sometimes 2-3 nights a week. Are they right?
Yeah, 100%. I thoroughly believe that, and that's still true to this day. Everybody's pretty much chasing one guy around here. So
true, they are. Everybody almost has the same rival today. So
right.
So that'll be something on that day on May 5th when you two guys lock eyes for the first time. And how long has it been since you've seen him?
It hasn't been. It's been a few years since I've seen him, but we actually worked a little bit together when Dig Race Products first formed.
Okay.
And then we actually, worked with him and his son on shock packages and valving, and so we've kind of already, we went from rivals to let's work together, and
that's nice.
And so that was great, and I get that a lot, honestly, in the business that we're in. A lot of competitors that were fierce competitors and or rivals are now, we work together. So it's really good. And we're, obviously back in the day when rivalry was at its top and we were, as competitive as ever, it's one thing, but to reflect back on times like that, and now that we're older and can look back on that, it was pretty cool.
Joe Plasic, not a rival, but you said you really looked up to Canada Joe.
Yeah, I really, he was racing and having a lot of success when I was kind of first starting to get a taste of success on a local level. So obviously, go to Syracuse and watch that thing be on the pole by about a half second every year, and and to see I'll never forget his hauler that he had. It was way before the days of stackers or anything like that, and it was like a tractor trailer. And I think I remember I was most impressed by the toolbox that he would flip open out of that thing.
And of course, let's be honest, he was always a threat at the pole and one of the faster guys when it was time trial time at Syracuse.
Oh, yeah, definitely. He was seemed like he was very focused, had really good equipment, and seemed to be really organized and stuff, which I'm sure that attributed to quite a bit of his success.
So did you see him then and kind of almost learn that you need to be a little bit more serious and carry yourself in kind of the way that he did? Was it kind of like that?
Yeah, and I actually got I went to Weed Sport even when I wasn't racing there every week, and really got a chance to meet him and talk to him, and he knew that I was, running the outlaw circuit, and I bounced a couple things off him when I was trying to learn myself, get going, and he was always very accommodating and just a super nice guy. And I think, at that point, my respect and for him just skyrocketed.
Mm-hmm. And we should have Joe up either later today or possibly tomorrow. They did have a death in the family. Sue's mother died, so Joe's mother-in-law, so our condolences are going out to the Plasic family. Joe Marada, I guess I didn't think, with you being mostly outlaw circuit and stuff, I guess I didn't know that you and Joe knew each other very well.
Well, Joe, the whole Marada family and the Planck family were, he was best friends with my dad I
didn't know that.
For pretty much ever. So we had camps in Old Forge, and we would go snowmobiling every weekend from when I was a little kid right up to, the mid-late 90s, and Mike Rod, going to the Mike Rod track and supporting his son Joe, and I remember hanging out with the Maradas when I was probably 5 years old.
And of course, let's be honest, that voice coming through the speakers at the mile at Syracuse and at Rolling Wheels, just a standard for so many years.
Yeah, it was. It definitely was. It was the signature trademark, so to speak, of the dirt circuit, pretty much from its inception.
Mm-hmm. And there was always a tricky turn 3, wasn't there, Dale? That was always... Yep. Every track was tricky in turn 3. Now, Jack Burgess, I never heard him. We only got about a minute and a half left, Dale. Did you hear him much? Were we ever able to sit in the crowd or hear him in any way?
Oh, a ton. Like I said, I've been going to Weed Sport and dirt sanctioned shows since its inception in 1976, and he was always. It was kind of like him and Joe kind of went hand in hand, and I remember vividly, when those two would get talking and special 4th of July events and stuff. It was really exciting.
So kind of fitting that they're going in together, I guess, right, Dale?
Yeah, yes, I truly believe that. Yeah, for sure.
And now Dig Race Products?
They were a great team.
They were. I remember one time one of the mics dropped in the booth at Syracuse and some cigar ashes came out of it, and Joe said, "Ooh, you know who those were from?" So probably from Jack Burgess up there doing all of that. So Dig Race Products, we'll be down there, like we said. I'll have more information on that on the open house. And, of course, if you guys do see them at the Motorsports Show, that's January 18th and 19th, make sure to ask. And I'll be down there probably in about the week afterwards because I don't want to spoil the surprise. I want to get there afterwards for those of you that couldn't get there. Dale, I appreciate your time as always. Please get Leslie. Gee, I'm going too fast again. Please give her a hug for us, and we'll see you soon.
I will.
Thank you.
I will. I appreciate it, Doug. Thank you.
All right, hit the subscription, guys. Turn on the likes, all the notifications.